Computer casing and system unit. This is the first topic of chapter number 4, which is inside a system unit. So before going inside the system unit, we have to first of all look toward what is a computer casing. Computer casing is a box or enclosure that contain most of the components of a computer system. If you see, along with your computer, one box is there in which all your components or most of the system components are integrated inside it. Why this box is created? The main purpose is to organize all the components together or to make your system. Without the system, each of the component within a computer would be exposed to dirt, or for an object an electrical interference will be there. Whenever this box is not there, so the main problem is that your components of a computer will be exposed to the dust, or maybe wirings are there, that wirings will interface or maybe make a short circuit inside your computer. One thing more, that whenever your computer is running, so your computer fans or your processor fan or your drives, hard disk, they produce a noise. So whenever the casing is there, so that is reduced, that noise is reduced by utilizing that casing. Let's discuss a difference between CPU and system unit. Computer casing with all the components installed inside it is called a system unit. Whenever inside the casing all the components are there, which components? Just like hard disk, RAM, motherboard, DVD-ROM, CD-ROM, power supply. So whenever all these components are inside the casing which is there, so that is known as a system unit. Mostly people use a wrong word for a system unit. They use word CPU for that. It is not a CPU. Okay, it is known as a system unit. What CPU is? Basically, CPU is a microprocessor that is installed or that is attached to the motherboard, whereas the system unit contain hard drive, motherboard, hard disk, DVD-ROM, RAM. These components are inside the system unit. The microprocessor or CPU is also inside the system unit. Computer casing. Computer casing is a box or enclosure that contain most of the components of a computer system. There are mostly two types of computer casing which are available in a market. One is known as a desktop, another one is known as a tower. Desktops are designed to keep your computer on the desk, means on the top of this desktop casing you're going to put your monitor on that, but mostly people like a tower casing. Let's explore the system unit. Exploring means that right now let's check what is inside the system unit. So system unit contain the following main components. One is a casing, which is outside exclosure, which we have discussed in a previous slide. The second one is power supply, and third one is motherboard. Right now we will discuss power supply. What this is? A power supply in a computer is a AC to DC converter, because most of the computer components they work on a DC current. So the duty of power supply is to convert alternate current to the direct current. If you see inside your computer, hard disk is there, motherboard is there, CD-ROM is there, floppy drive is there, or maybe some other components which are there. They all work on a DC, because your computer is a digital device. So in digital device, the current which is using, that is a direct current. A power supply which is coming, it is already fixed inside the casing whenever you purchase your system. In a power supply we got some types of connectors are there. The main connector which is there, that is going to be connected to the motherboard. That may be 20 pin or 24 pin connector, and it have different voltages which we will discuss right now later on. Other connector with a power supply is most commonly used, that is a Molex connector. Molex connector is used to connect your IDE hard drive or your IDE CD-ROM. Another one is a floppy connector. This connector is specially used for connecting your floppy drive. The another one connector which is a SATA connector, that is used to give power to the SATA CD-ROM and power SATA hard drive. P4 connector which is there, which give extra power to your motherboard. Sometimes your motherboard require extra power. That power is not fully provided by a main connector, so P4 connector is used to give that power to your motherboard. PCI Express connector is also there, because most of the 3D cards which are PCI Express cards, they need also some extra power. So that power is basically going from your power supply to your 3D card. Video power X1 is also there. Some of the motherboard have that connector where you're going to connect to that. So let's see what these color combinations shows. In a Molex connector, I have told you that is used to give power to your IDE hard disk and IDE CD-ROM. Your IDE hard disk work on two powers, that is 12 watt and 5 watt. So if you see here, two lines cable is there. One is a red color, another one is a yellow colored. Yellow color means 12 watt, red mean 5 watt. So IDE hard disk work on a 12 and 5 voltages. But while we talk about SATA hard drive, this is a SATA connector. If you see here, yellow line is also there, red line is also there, and one more extra, which is a orange colored line. So SATA hard disk utilize three different voltages. One is yellow 12 watt, red 5 watt, and orange 3.3 voltage. So if you see the colors, anywhere yellow line is there, it means 12 voltage. Anywhere red line is there, it means a 3.3 voltage. Okay, but if you see the main connector which is giving power to your motherboard, or known as a P1, it have a different furthermore colors combinations are there. So blue 12 voltage, black, I think so most of you know that it is a common, or you can say that a negative wire. Red 5 watt, white also 5 watt. Here green, if you see one separate green line is there, which is used to turn on your power supply. Whenever you want to turn on your power supply without motherboard, so you put a connector from any black wire to the green point where the port is available. So just cross that. You can say that make a one wire, or take one wire, put one side of the wire in a black connector and put the another side of the wire in a green connector. So automatically your power supply will turn on or turn start. Purple is there, which is used for standby color. Gray is there, power good or power okay, which shows that the power is running or not running. So these different colors combinations are there inside your power supply. One thing more, some of the power supply have one connector, which is this red, you can see here, red jumper is there, that is used to convert your 110 or 220 voltage. So these power supply work on two voltages, means two input DC, two input AC voltages. Which one? Alternate current or AC voltage. One is 230 to 40 voltage, another one is 110 voltage. So if you are living in a country just like Europe, Pakistan, okay, China, somewhere there, so here voltage is a 230 voltage, so we will leave as a 230. But whenever this power supply is used, or your system is used in Japan or some other country, so there they have the voltage of 110. So you will convert this red color switch to 110 in Japan. Another one, some old power supply have one input and one output connector, where from your power supply your power can also goes to your monitor or LCD. So keep in mind this thing, that this power supply function is to transfer alternate current to the direct current and produce different voltages to the motherboard and to the connecting devices. It can be giving power to the hard disk, giving power to the CD-ROM or DVD-ROM or floppy drive or 3D card. which can be put on a PCI Express port or SATA hard drive. So important components are part of motherboard. So that is the third one. We have discussed computer casing, second one power supply, and third one the important component which is inside a system unit, that is a motherboard. So on a motherboard we will discuss some of the components. What are those? First one is a CPU socket. CPU socket is used to mount the CPU or processor on the motherboard. Whenever you want to attach the CPU or whenever you want to connect a CPU to your motherboard, so you will use a CPU socket to connect a processor or CPU to your motherboard. The second component is a BIOS component. It is basically a chip. If I'm going to highlight it, you can clearly see it here. A chip is there which is known as a BIOS chip. What BIOS is? BIOS stands for Basic Input Output System. It is a non-volatile memory, or we can say that the memory where its content will be not deleted. The program which is stored on a BIOS chip, it is known as what? Firmware. So this firmware you are not going to put. The firmware will be provided or pre-installed or pre-programmed by a manufacturer. Means those who create those motherboard, they also write the functions or the programs inside the BIOS chip, and that will be permanently available. Remember that. So there are two purposes of this BIOS memory or BIOS chip. The first one is whenever you turn on your computer, it initializes the computer devices such as keyboard, mouse, hard disk, CD-ROM. So the first functionality is of a BIOS is it detects the components. Keyboard is connected or not, mouse, hard disk, CD-ROM, RAM, 2 GB, 4 GB. So it detects those things and just give you the information related to that. But here, as its name shows, that it is a basic input output system. So the basic components will be attached with it. If your computer support a guitar and you want that it will be considered in a, or its driver will be installed through a BIOS, it's not possible. So keep in mind this thing, that all the drivers will be not available in a BIOS. The basic components drivers are available in a BIOS program. So that is a keyboard, mouse, hard disk, or CD-ROM or DVD-ROM. So these devices can be, or their driver is installed inside the BIOS chip. The second function of a BIOS is it load the operating system from your hard disk inside the RAM. So the RAM is basically taking the data from where? From the hard disk or not? And the operating system is stored where? The operating system is also stored on their Secondly, here it loads the operating system and it control all the input output devices which are basic devices and control them which are attached or connected to your computer. BIOS have one more functionality, that you can configure the things inside it. What are the things which you can configure? Set date and time. You can set your date and time of your computer. You can set a password on BIOS. You can also select or deselect or disable the devices from the BIOS. As well as the good thing inside the BIOS is right now you can select the boot device that your computer will start from, which device, from a floppy drive, from a CD-ROM, from a DVD-ROM. So those things is also entered or stored inside your BIOS program. So we can enable them, we can disable the components of only that system from a BIOS program. If you see the motherboard of your system unit or of your computer, so inside it different components are there. So let's see one by one component. If you see the white color port which is there, that is known as a PCI port. PCI stand for Peripheral Component Interconnection Slot. The second one is, if you see the chocolate color or dark black color, that port is known as a AGP port. AGP stand for Accelerated Graphic Port. The PCI does not support the high memory 3D card or graphic card, but that can be easily find out the card which is a video card, that can be easily find out through AGP port. SATA connectors are there where you're going to connect the data cable, SATA data interface to your motherboard. So there are some, in some computer there are 4, and most of the computer there are SATA ports will be 6 ports. The another one you can see here, the pin connector which is there, that connector is known as a IDE interface. If you see the furthermore slot which is there, that is known as a memory slot, and on this memory slot we will add the RAM on a memory slot. At the rear of the CPU we got ports where we attach or connect the devices through that ports. So if you want to connect a keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner, USB, so all those devices can be connected through what? Through computer ports or motherboard ports.